Welcome back to the Crud Builder, my friends. I have, for today's episode, a little diagram here, and I'm gonna see who can guess what this is. Well, never mind. It doesn't matter if you can guess or not, because you would have already seen the title of the episode. But I had other footage saved, and I accidentally deleted it. And so I changed the plan here. This was the original diagram I built for my hood setup. And I was going to do this weird wacky shape, and I was going to take these and fold them over and twist them around and then re-bolt them. And after looking at the hood and looking at the fenders, that's just not going to work. Folding these around a bunch of times thickens this here, and so the hood doesn't sit down properly on the fenders. So we are actually going to go just do a simple fold, one on the back, sides, and front. And I've had every intention of showing you me marking up the hood and making some cuts and stuff, but I lost that footage, so I'm just going to bounce right after to the footage that I have. And you can see kind of how I diagrammed it out and cut it. And so we've got this all cut with the cutting wheel, but there is a backing behind the sheet metal, so we're actually going to take a long Sawzall blade and go back over these lines with the Sawzall just to make sure we get everything that's underneath this too, and then we'll move to the folding step. Mostly got this cut. Some of these are being little tough guys with my Sawzall, so I'm actually just gonna finish them off with the cutting wheel. Just a couple of these little guys, and then we'll be ready to move into getting this thing folded up. So I'm starting with the back here. Just knocking it up. Once I get it knocked up enough, then I can lay the hood flat on the bottom and kind of start to shape it from on top. So we're just gonna keep bashing these so we can get a little bit of bend going outward. So one thing I'm noticing as I start to try to bend this, I think this stuff's gonna be about useless. I don't think I'm gonna be able to fold it over appropriately. So I think I am just gonna cut it right at the line here. And then the first bolt I put back through, I'll put back in here. So I'll go, yeah, I'll do that, which will at least keep some of it, but this folding back over, it's just not doing it. So I'm gonna cut this. I'm actually gonna cut here, 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 and here as well. And then when I fold that triangle down, I'll re-bolt back through all of these. All right, I've gotten these all cut and bent in the fashion that I want. And I've got them bent up through the hood enough so now I can start working them back down to flatten them out. And so that's what I'm gonna be doing now. And once I get them fully folded over and flattened how I like, I'll grab the drill, we'll run some holes where they need to be, and we'll re-bolt this thing together. Okay, here's what we got. These are extending a little bit past the bend, so I'll probably trim those, run my bolts down here a little lower. But we're allowed 12 bolt holes, so kind of want to be mindful about where they go. And I want to, obviously this pen is busted. So new pen, first off. I know I have one sitting right here, saw it earlier. Okay, so 12 bolt holes. Where I think I want to go is, up through here maybe, or here, maybe here where it's flat. Yeah, we'll go here. Obviously we want one down here, here, and here, and then here. So there's 4. And then I think we will do one right at this corner. This is where the cut is. So I'm thinking one here ish, and then same over here. Well, we might not be able to do 4 down here because again, we only get 12. So here's one can go right in this area, and then we might be able to get away with 2 on these sides. Maybe. Well, we can mark the holes and then decide if we're gonna keep them later. So that's 6 and 4 is 10, which would only leave 2 for the back, which maybe that's not so bad. We'll go 1, 2. Okay. So there we go. And then obviously I'm gonna have to trim the fold here so that this fits on the firewall nicely. But I'm just gonna drill up those holes and bolt this bad boy together. my bolts, got my washers, got my nuts, all the holes are drilled, and well, let's see how this thing's gonna go together. I got 4-inch bolts here just because I never know how long these folds are gonna be. Sometimes I'm able to fold these over perfectly, and other times I fail, and so I just get the long bolts now just to make sure that they go all the way through. Everything is bolted together. I've trimmed back a few little pieces, and we are about to set it on the all thread so we can mark where a couple holes go. I trimmed back the sheet metal, and I was able to get this fitted up here. I marked out where the all thread should come through, and so I've already drilled out those holes. So all that I have left to do, well, I shouldn't say all that I have left to do. I have a few steps. This is going to get brought back down, which is then going to allow me to measure where the back two pieces of all thread are going to go and mark those holes. So then I'll pull it back off again, weld those down, drill another set of holes. So after cutting some things so that it would sit more flat, I've got it pretty much where I want it. It's raised up a little bit because it's sitting on these nuts, and that's okay. That's why I bought 2-inch angle iron. So the angle iron will be high enough that we'll be able to get what we want. So this angle iron has got to get cut into it is pretty high up, honestly, but it is what it is, my friends. So angle iron will get cut into 6-inch lengths, and there will be 6 of those, 3 down each side. So I'm going to chop these up into 6-inch sections right now, and then I'll get everything cleaned up, and I'll weld them on, and then I'll show you what they look like welded on. Took these nuts off the top so that this would sit flush, and I like it better because I think as this compresses, it'll be nice to have the hood sitting inside this lip. So I'm much happier with it. I also had to cut off some little tabs here, some of these little guys that this sits on, but overall I'm a lot more pleased with this. This will sit flat. This is real flat now, which is perfect. I've gotten my angle iron pieces all cut. They're still a little warm. I just have to drill my holes in there for my bolts, and once my holes are drilled, I'll weld them on. While these are cooling down, I'm actually going to clean up the hood and the fenders for my welds. Gotten my angle cut, I've gotten all my holes drilled, and I'm gonna weld this thing down. I think what I'm gonna do first, just to make sure that these line up before and after, I'm actually gonna bolt them together first, and then I'll weld them down. I think that's gonna be the best way to ensure that everything fits right. So I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. Well guys, that's what one looks like all done. Man, it really just firms everything up. I have the other 5 I still need to do, and I have to do the rear all thread similar to how I've done the front all thread, but I think you guys get the picture. I've gotten a lot of footage for today, and it's getting pretty windy and I'm pretty tired, so I think I'm gonna call this episode done. When I get around to showing the whole hood setup completed along with the rest of the car, you'll get a chance to see this again, all welded up and everything. But for now, I'm gonna call this one. So thanks for watching. Hope you share and hope you subscribe, and have a great day.